worth it to move to Roatan, Honduras? I get this question all the time, and it's quite honestly, it's a question that I can't really answer. However, after being here for more than 15 years, I can say the people that love it and want to stay versus the people that come down, realize maybe island life isn't for them, and they leave approximately 3 years later. So at the end of the day, Roatan is a beautiful place. It's wonderful to live on any island in the Caribbean, and we are very fortunate to be able to, well, call this beautiful island home. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to be like the place you're coming from? Probably not, unless you're from the Caribbean, especially if you're from a city. Maybe small town, it's going to have very similar features as a very small, potentially isolated small town, because we are an island, and we're a rather small island with about 110 full-time residents, and we get around 30,000 people on cruise ships every single year. So we do have a massive diverse mix of individuals that come here, and if you're looking for a perfect place or a silver bullet, I don't know where that is, or it does not exist in this realm anyway. So making Roatan worth it, is it worth it to live here? Because we do have a lot of people that move and decide, you know what, this is not for them. They move back home. A lot of that is a privilege that most people coming here do have, is to leave when they want to go. But I'd say it's not, the people that end up making Roatan a success are the ones that do it because they love Roatan. They love the lifestyle and can deal with, we just have day-to-day annoyances that are just, I find them annoying. Doesn't mean I'm not going to live here. It's just, it's like, well, you learn to deal with them or you don't. It's like if you live in a city and you have to commute 45 minutes a day or each way, or 2 hours each way. I hear these stories where that's a deal breaker for me. I can't do it. That's why, well, commuting and going to work, living so far away is just not my jive. Doesn't mean it's not yours. It's just, you have to make sure you're moving to Roatan for the right reasons. And if you think it's a get rich quick because it's an undeveloped island or things of that nature, I do hear that story a lot, obviously in real estate and investing. Roatan takes a lot of work, and it does take a little bit more work than I think. It's a lot more than 9 to 5. It's a lot more than 40 hours a week, especially if you're going to own a business. Things just take longer. Things move slower here, which is kind of a concept that is, well, very difficult when we can like one click buy and get something shipped to our door in about 4 hours, or that's what I can do in Denver. We can't do that here. I just ordered some things from Amazon, and I expect to get those in about 3 weeks, and probably will have $100 shipping bill. So it also makes you double, well, think, do you really need that product when you have to, well, also pay the shipping and wait, so you don't have that instant gratification. So whether Roatan is worth it is most absolutely a personal question, and I wouldn't say it's a get rich quick island or it's easy island. It is living in paradise. It is, you can kind of see the water behind me. It's kind of, the sun's coming in. It's a bad angle, but well, I find it wonderful living in paradise. Is it perfect? No. There are many days where some things are just harder to get done. Like if you have to get some banking done, it's going to take you a day or 3, or you have to go to immigration and things that you might not have, well, you don't have to do in your home country, but things of that nature that can wear on you. And island time is a legit thing. Mañana, very, very strong here. So if you are a person that likes to get things done quickly or has to get things done quickly, it took me a long time to understand that part of the culture. And it's just, living on a beautiful island like this. So it's always a very personal decision, but I would make sure you're doing it because you love the island and not because financially you're going to think, oh, this is going to be the magic bullet, or it's going to be perfect, or it's going to fix everything, because Roatan is a place that doesn't really have rules. We obviously have rules, but you can basically, you're left to your own devices. So you get to kind of choose the person that you are and that you choose to be. And there's not really consequences if you choose to not be a good person. And I don't mean that as positive or negative. It's just, you kind of have to self-regulate and self-control yourself. Instant gratification works in a little bit different manner here, and so you have to just kind of go with the vibe, understand that there's not really consequences, good or bad, eventually, but everything moves on island time, so it's much different, and you have to be able to self-regulate and know that this is the place that you want to be, which, you know, can be good or bad, and it's mean all things that you can possibly think of with buying real estate, which is a large commitment. It is, well, obviously, let's buy. You want to buy and then sell your property, so yes, please do that. But it's not, everything just does take a commitment, and it does work a little bit slower. So if you're thinking about island life, my suggestion is always to come here and live here past the honeymoon phase, which some people it's 2 weeks, some people it's a month, some people it's a year. It's really up to you, and when you feel comfortable on the island and you do get past that honeymoon period, which, you know, and then you can kind of go back to the honeymoon period, which is what I did with a bunch of girlfriends of mine this weekend, and went to the Kempton Hotel and had a beautiful staycation. And it's something that, well, it's the privilege of living on this island, and then we do have access to all of these super high-end amenities, or just amenities that, while most people travel and spend thousands of dollars for, we can just take a $5 water taxi over to, you know, go say hello. So thank you for tuning in. If you ever have any questions, my door is always open.